토요일날 아침 5시 3분이 막 지나고 있습니다. Change your brain, change your life. The breakthrough program for conquering anxiety, depression, obsessiveness, anger, and impulsiveness. Here is an example of the impact that brain problems can have on a family. The 100 Simple Secrets of Healthy People. In common language, he studied bugs. The gaggle. You're a busy woman. If you know what you want, and you know how you want a guy to treat you, and a particularly confusing connection isn't going anywhere, then be wise and let it go. Obedience to authority. More generally, whenever elements that function autonomously are brought into a system of hierarchical coordination, changes are required in the internal structure of the elements. 10 steps in writing the research paper include special advice on avoiding plagiarism. Step 10. Put the paper in final form, the elements. Format. The finished paper may begin with the title page. Perfect praise for performance reviews. How can I help you manage all the details you are responsible for? Get off your butt. How to end self-sabotage and stand up for yourself. Constant exposure to them will quickly lead to you being sick, tired, and broke. Not a good idea. Scholastic guide putting it in writing, complaints and requests. This easy-to-use reference book gives you models and tips you can follow for all your writing needs, complaint and request. The truth about creativity. Rules are there to be challenged. Momentum is a big stride. Forward in making your team and your organization great. The family of Jesus. Those few words imply so much. He was the son, so it was the salt of Joseph. Day 5, read Luke chapter 3. Joseph consistently played out his role in God's story. What we gather from verse 23 is that Joseph spent his brief lifetime silently following Jesus. It's always a personal emotion in the new workplace. Optimistic solvers and pessimists and the pessimistic spouters both agree strongly with the statement. I am happier than most people I know. Life strategies for teens. I'll bet one thing that you and I can agree on is that being a teenager means that you have lots of experience. You have lots of experience at jerked around, getting jerked around. Non-obvious mega trends, how to see what others miss and predict the future. Fad fatigue. Consumers get weary of innovations, claiming to be the next big thing and assume none will last long. Flight to the plan, the real secret of success. By the time he was 35, he was a millionaire. By the time he was 40, he was a multimillionaire. By the time he was 50, he retired to be a beautiful home on a golf course in Palm Springs, where he lives to this day. The business and the practice of coaching, finding your niche, making money, and attracting ideal clients. The ability to build a coaching business that has relevance to the larger community around it and be aligned with the new realities of the coaching profession. Finding your element, how to discover your talents and passions and transform your life. Finding your element. The next step is to consider each of the items in your list in more detail and to ask yourself how you can develop and make the best of your strengths. Do you need more time to develop them, more training? The top five regrets of the dying. She was happy. I replied truthfully, yes, she was a happy woman. The seven habits of highly effective teens. Be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. Think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize. Sharpen the soul. Renew yourself regularly. Sharpen. Winning with the people, discover the people principles that work for you whenever, uh, every time. Kindness is a language the dumb can speak, and the deaf can hear and understand. Social media marketing, latest tips and trends. Facebook help you target your audience precisely. Live without the fear. Learn to walk in God's power and peace. Why is God's protection of His children important in uprooting fear? Uprooting fear. On the High Line, exploring America's most original urban park. Before the High Line was completed, there was enough graffiti on adjacent buildings to Peter Chelsea Art Gallery. 52 weeks of sales success. In the following section, I highlight several more. The Creative Problem Solver's Toolbox, the complete course in the art of creating solutions to problems of any kind. The candidate in the first position of this sequence, namely Steve, would be the winning candidate. The 100 simple secrets of the best half of life. Make your second half the best half. After enough time in a field, you become an expert. See around career roadblocks. The Girl's Guide to the Big Bold Moves for Career Success. How to build competence, conquer fear, manage up, navigate the change. She also had her own career to take care of. So you need to speak up for yourself and tell her that you are ready and excited about taking on more. God's answers to life's difficult question. You are on board this ship because I have a purpose for your being on this ship. Korean perception of the United States. a history of their origins and formation. As the Korean Peninsula came under came under the came under the dominion of Japan, diplomatic relations between Korea and America were completely terminated, and it was impossible for any Korean to make formal contact with the American government. At the time, Wolf was more attuned to the classical repertoire favored by fellow emigres like the violinist Adolf and the pianist Rudolph, both family friends. Composer's career evolved into a celebration. Even now, Christian Wolff continued to embrace spontaneous collaboration and will do so at the concert. Why wars? Why Mars and Venus collide? Why Mars and Venus collide, improving relationship by understanding how men and women cope differently with stress. You don't have to wait until you have a fight to reflect on this list. Mojo, how to get it, how to keep it, how to get it back if you lose it. The following is a list of specific action that can help you attack the challenge of changing you or it. They fit in what I call your Mojo toolkit because they are tools, not tricks of the mind or medical potion, po- 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 potion, magical potions. Like tools, they don't work unless you grab them in your hand and use them. They are establishing criteria that matters to you. Uh, Setting around the rules for your life can start you on the path toward greater the mojo. mojo is the moment when we do something that's purposeful, powerful, and positive, and the rest of the world recognize it. This book is about that moment and how we can create it in our lives, maintain it, and recapture it when we need it. Masterful Coaching. Coaching Conversation 7. Executive Time Management. Don't add people use, don't add people you subtract. Page of breakthrough. This conversation usually comes in the concentration or momentum pages of breakthrough in months 6 to 7. But it would be wise to have it when you see the executive not putting the time and attention needed to realize the impossible future. British actress Kate Winslet leaves her comfort zone leaves her comfort zone in new HBO series The Regime. Things in the country are running smoothly, well, as smoothly as they can, while Elena deals with her latest hypochondria, paranoia, and abandonment abandonment issues. 6 months before releasing its chatbot, OpenAI unveiled a tool called uh, Delily. The tuning test is a subjective measure. Tapping the source. Using the master key system for abundance and happiness. Jesus said to this so clearly, seek, and it will be shown to you, ask, and it will be given. But most of us in opening to receive a vision, expect to receive a vision of our outer physical world being transformed. We want to receive a game plan for manipulating the outer world in order to get what we want. Sometimes this might happen, and at certain stages of manifestation, particular outer world details might come to us in this receive mode state. The Retirement Challenge, a non-financial guide from top retirement experts. Susan lives with her husband and their energetic Wheaton Terrier in a 55 plus community near Chicago, Illinois. They are searching for their ideal warm weather spot to someday flee snowy Midwest winters. The driver in the driverless car. How our technology choices will create the future. No doubt some athletes will do this, and the doping scandals of today will become the bionics scandal of tomorrow. Coaching people adapt to your style. Give Sonia autonomy in learning the process. Attention management. Break free from the myths of time management. How to create success and gain productivity every day. Yeah, 4. How to master attention management. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. Just enough English grammar. She plays a sad song. Sums you for praying, an invitation to holies. Where does knowledge come from? But the heart of our heart, the beloved knows our salt, and is the very breath of our breath. That made the king very angry. Second chance for your money, your life, and our world. Mistakes are sins only when not admitted. Why most A students aren't the rich. marketing outrageous redux. How to increase your revenue by staggering amount. No, the first thing the Memphis owner said, too many words. Too many words. Sound familiar? The owners felt that all we needed was an action picture and a phone number. I asked them the same question I asked the New Jersey landowners. Why do people buy newspapers? To look at the pictures? To look at the pictures? How to talk to anyone? Make an unforgettable entrance and meet the people you want to meet. Use body language to captivate the audience of all sides. Hillary Clinton had choices, but given Netanyahu's political ties to the settlers, he could be expected to balk at any limitation. Balk. Born for this. How to find the work you are meant to do. Hey boss, let's talk about priorities, yours and mine. Becoming indispensable. Becoming indispensable is great, but it comes with one big challenge. Inside the darkness of the brain. Chapter 14, the leader's most important job. One has to make the organization capable of anticipating the storm, weathering it, and in fact being ahead of it, anticipating the storm, weathering it. synchronicity, the inner path of leadership, new frontiers. We have it in our power to begin the world all over again. A situation similar to the present has not appeared since the days of Noah until now. The birthday of a new world is at hand, new frontiers. Currently, financial, legal, and logistical roadblocks prevent those who have paid their debt to society from re-entering the workforce. Americans who were incarcerated or have a conviction on their record are largely locked out of the economy. This moral outrage must end. They should be allowed to work too. Incarcerated. Inner Sight, the new science to unlock your brain's hidden power. Meditation. Because you have an innate uh, negativity bias and pay more attention to potential risk. Frankenstein can keep you stuck. Coaching for performance. How will business react? But it's a cost worth the pain because it puts us in a stronger position to manage supply and demand. Draw on your draw. Draw on your resources and you'll discover options to make your life easier. Take care of your responsibilities. People you take on tasks that don't belong to you. Strive for perfection and do what's best for you. Personal gain is within reach. It saved me probably $50, but it was a reminder that our stuff isn't our identity. Holiday gift. Try buying nothing new this season. Every year, my husband and I set a holiday challenge for each other. Find a gift at the local thrift store, something delightful that is a reflection of our individual aesthetics or obsessions. Startup communities, building an entrepreneurial ecosystem in your city. For example, half a dozen organizations at CU Boulder jointly build and run a cross-campus entrepreneurship championship series titled the CU New Venture Challenge. The $1 billion reason to change your mind. Ultimately, Your life will head in the direction of your focus. Her answer was very telling, very telling. Man, she said, abusive man. Focus can be incredibly powerful. It can help you overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles and bring about change in the face of what might seem like overwhelming adversity. I was once talking to a woman who had been through 7 marriages. She was obviously very good at. I asked her, what is the one thing those 7 marriages had in common? Her answer was very telling. Man, she said, abusive man. Get rich with the apps. You're guided to reaching more customers and making money now. Strategy number 2, publish ads on your iPhone and Facebook apps. Every Monday matters. How to king your week off with passion, purpose, and positivity. But the question we needed to answer is whether we have allowed people to really know our stories. Monday gets the expressive. Life strategies, doing what works, doing what matters. Do you know the 10 laws of life? Life flow number 1. You either get it or you don't. Strategy. Become one of those who gets it. You create your own experience. People do what works. You cannot change it when you do not acknowledge it. Life reward action. Top times, top people. One-on-one stories about overcoming the economic crisis and other challenges. I tried to sell them to the Austrians, developing the leader within you. That's why I ask God to direct me. It's why my definition of success is knowing God and His desire for me, growing to my maximum potential, sowing seed that benefit others. On the AI revolution, unlock your artificial intelligence strategy to disrupt your competition. AI and empathy, AI robots, machine learning. It's natural to imagine these technologies at cold, calculating, and without the emotion, connecting like Jesus, practices for healing, teaching, and the preaching. Discernment is needed when determining whether or not we follow up a story. Entrepreneurship, successfully launching new ventures. The potential of the business along with the risk involved should be carefully and fully described. Rising strong, how the ability to reset transforms the way we live, love, parent, and lead. To love at all. Complicated grip, falling open, lead to some form of grieving, even if it's simply grieving the loss of an expectation or experience. This was a strong pattern in the data, and I've recognized it in my own life. But complicated grip is it is something more, and like the trauma requires professional support and help. Stepping up. Often we think we have to go to some distant place to step up when the opportunity is sitting right. When the opportunity is sitting right in front of us. First Children's Encyclopedia. What did they do? Dinosaurs may have used their head crest to show up, just like a peacock uses its colorful tail feathers. Your roadmap for success. You can get there from here. Dedication to growth motivated you. Reinventing the body, resurrecting the soul, how to create a new you. It expressed mixed feelings that are inescapable when you abandon, when you know for when you don't. Inescapable. make your kid a money genius, even if you are not. Consider self insurance. These days, you can insure just about everything: a cell phone, an airplane trip, or even your credit card debt. Similarly, Ms. D recommended removing all alcohol or at least your favorite drink from your home before starting the challenge. The illusion that smoking is a choice, a proposal to lower nicotine levels in cigarettes could save millions of lives. How to cut your screen time but still get things done. Worried about smart, worried about smartphone addiction, seeing your latest screen time statistics. A certain amount of phone use is often necessary these days, but repetitive tasks pile on the minute. Google's Assistant, Routines, and Apple's Shortcut app are two free options that may help by condensing several actions into one tap or command. Here's how to get started. Google's routine. Say you'd like to ease into the day with a personalized audio briefing. For example, the day's weather forecast, commuting condition, your meeting schedule, and the news the summary or podcast. Women make the best salesmen. Isn't it time you started using their secret? Absent female role models, I experimented and learned what advantages what advantages I had as a woman. Uh, Dr. C, now 82, had learned that members of a local indigenous group, the Kenya, sometimes chewed the fruit of the plant with betel leaves. Betel leaves. Case interview secret. Step 3, analysis. As soon as you've defined the initial structure, the interviewer will jump to a particular issue for you to analyze. There's an irony here. So many headlines have focused on fears that computers will get too smart and take control of the world from humans. But in our reality, computers are open to them to avoid hurting us. Learned optimism. How to change your mind and your life. In his Impossible to Put Down Foundation trilogy, I read it in one 30-hour burst of adolescent excitement. Asimov invent a great hero for pimply, intellectual kids. Pimply, pimply. You don't have to be ruthless to win. The reward of selflessly serving is found in the act of giving first. If you are taking steps to implement this methodology and find yourself impatient with the process, step back and evaluate where your motivation lies. Across the Tuman, a North Korean Gojebi boys quest. That's why I feed them their fill of hot rice. Take back America, a battle plan, the stakes, the targets, the strategy, and what you can do. But he's become a liberal during his years in Washington, and it's time to bring him home. Body clutter. Love your body, love yourself. Trying to find comfort in food, sick of feeling guilty, feel like you've tried everything and nothing's worked. Here's help, one baby step at a time. You cannot stay in your workout clothes all day. Baby step, one baby step. Showing up is half the battle. Showing up is half the battle that takes place in our head. Digital transformation survive and thrive in an era of massive extinction. As we've discussed, successful digital transformation had to start at the top. The boundaries, the boundaries between work and life, between work and life are already blurred. If you embrace that reality, you can make it work to your advantage. If the job market is so good, why is gig worker thriving? Employees like flexibility, and with high inflation, many need more money. We just went through a period where millions died. So, are you going to spend your time and your job uh, if it doesn't fulfill you? Decide and deliver. 5 steps to breakthrough performance in your organization. The soft element. These soft elements are more important than ever in our global knowledge-based economy. the unconventional, based on the award-winning podcast, how rebel companies are changing markets, hearts and mind, and how you can too. Brand role is also the answer to the three question. What do you stand for? What do you stand for? Think of this as the soul that drive your business. What are you taking on? This is the problem you are solving that is consistent with, but bigger than one you sell. The path made clear, discovering your life's direction and purpose. As you make your way, as you make your way up your mountain, no matter how steep the climb, remember the words of Nick. If you need me, call me no matter where you are. No matter how far, don't worry, baby. Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there as you make your way on your mountains, no matter how steep the climb, remember the words of Nick Ashford. Becoming supernatural. How common people are doing the uncommon. Now you are convinced you are the stud. You are the stud or vixen of the universe. Do what matters. What matters now? How to win in a world of relentless change, ferocious competition, and unstoppable innovation. We want to put these conflicting pressures on all associates and not just on the leaders who often think they are supposed to protect the rest of the organization from this tension. Word smart for buildings, cultivating a six-figure vocabulary, over 4,000 buildings terms defined. Asset, any property with value, may refer to real estate investment to a personal property. God is just not fair. Finding hope when life doesn't make sense. God's compassion do not and will never fail. God's compassions do not and will never fail. His compassion is ultimately expressed in Jesus Christ. One day, because of Christ, God will wipe away each one of your tears. For the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd. He will lead them to springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Revelation chapter 7. maximize your income at any time in any market on when you are really the worst. To get along well with others, practice the unconditional acceptance by smiling each time you meet a boss or co-worker. Billionaire traders, how everyday people are beating Wall Street at its own game. The use of trading stops allow medium-term traders like Lowland to capture as much of the move as possible. The new brand you, your new image make the scale for you. This book is destined to be a classic in the field of selling and personal branding. We as humans are less able to focus than ever before. Choose concise and clear language. This is get to the point already. Keep your messages short and to the point as much as possible. But in keeping them short, make them easy to picture and to be a part of it. Winning the answers, confronting 74 of the toughest questions in business today that only happens in the movies. Or switch it to a flip phone to cut screen time. She turned to an old model to cut back on screen time. It didn't even have a snake cutter on it. Mine, how the hidden rules of ownership control our lives. 17 states have passed some version of this law. Your readers will become wit